नमस्कार। योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचां मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन उपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि। Welcome to this Ayur Yoga Gurukul. Here we start with one presentation, investing in health. Basically, there is no question of investing in health. We try to invest in wealth, but not in. And to differentiate between these two, this presentation is going to be helpful. The scenario is there is difference between investment and expenses to be understood properly. Many people do not understand the difference between investment and expenses. And if this is in the fact of health, then it is very dangerous. And that is what is happening worldwide. Not really understanding investments in health or expenses associated with health. So we should be able to differentiate what is an expense for health and what is an investment for health. So this is leading to proneness to serious and life-threatening diseases like cancer, heart disease and diabetes. And even communicable diseases like chikungunya, then this dengue and even the corona, COVID-19. If we look back into the economics field about investment, then earn in ethical ways. This is the first requirement to be done. And then make necessary expenses for food, shelter, clothing, and even for health. Now, basically, food, shelter, and clothing are said to be the basic needs, and that should be fulfilled. But nobody talks about health as a basic need, and that is to be understood. Then save some money from, then this extra money is to be invested, and then you earn surplus money through that investment, and then only for luxury or created needs. Now people don't understand really between the difference between the basic need and the created need. So I will be explaining it. Actually, what happens when the flow of income starts, priority goes to luxurious home. The people, when they get settled, they want to have their own house or flat or whatever it may be, and they want to shipment of their standard of living. So they try to stretch their capacity, have more spacious house, etc. As per home, other items are also luxurious and tuned with the standard of living, demanding more expenses on created needs. Now, these are all created needs. So, restrictions on basic items of needs such as food and health. So, once we start spending on created needs, there is obviously a burden on basic needs and then compromised. The financial need puts more stress for both to work, sacrificing family life. Now, this is very common now that the women are very much literate and they have their own profession or service or whatever it may be, and they have their own career, and so they want to work. And if both are working, then who is to look after the family? So the family life is sacrificed. More hectic schedules and stress leading to serious diseases and lack of pleasure of satisfaction. So both of them whole day and nobody has energy, and then they are exhausted, and there is lack of pleasure action. That is the another important aspect. On the other hand, what is the scenario at health or disease status? Hospitals are flooded with patients and often no room is vacant even for emergency. That is the scenario. Ultimately, miserable deaths in spite of sophisticated technology, especially by cancer, and we may extend it to this COVID-19 or any other such disease. Improper lifestyle is said to be the root cause, but neither doctors nor the patients are interested in knowing and improving. The doctors should be propagators of proper lifestyle, and then the patient should follow it. If doctors are not trying to understand proper lifestyle and if they are not following by themselves, how come the patients will follow it? And that is why today's situation has arrived. So Ayurveda has some peculiarities. Holistic approach towards lifestyle. This is one of the important peculiarities of Ayurveda. And preservation of health of a healthy person is one of the important objectives of Ayurveda. Then this is a human approach and comparatively affordable medical system. Holistic approach, yeah. I just share one experience from a German girl who, at the age of 22, she was suffering from malignant melanoma stage 4, already completed 3 cycles, and 4th cycle was due. And when I noted her lifestyle, it was really very erratic lifestyle. Getting up at 11 a.m., lunch at 5 p.m., dinner at 12 o'clock at night. Then from 12 to 3 o'clock in the morning, she used to watch TV and then go to bed and 11. And on top of this, she had a smoking of 30 cigarettes a day. So I said it is not at all possible for you to survive with this kind of lifestyle. But she said that she will follow whatever I say. So we decided to go for lifestyle changes. And as such, I asked her to go to bed early, to wake up early, to start yoga practices. She had session. So I asked her to go for figs and raisins and drink warm water, etc., etc. And of course, quit smoking. She did all these, and she came for a follow up after 8 days, looking better. Digestion has improved. Then she had proper motion. She started feeling hungry. She was more energetic. So I said, okay, you continue. And I came back. After 1 year, I again went there and she came for a follow up. And then I asked, what about your chemotherapy? And she gave a pleasant shock to me that she said, no, she didn't require chemotherapy for the whole year. So this was really a very pleasant surprise for me, and I said, okay, continue with the same lifestyle. Again, next year I went there and I found the same. She didn't require chemotherapy even for the second year. So then I made up my mind to publish this website. So application of modern technology. This is the website concept. So blend of Ayurveda and IT, worldwide spread through web, useful not only for Indians but for all human beings. And I got into the Triskanda Kosh project. Triskanda Kosh is one of the important projects of Ayurveda. It's a project based on the basic text of Ayurveda, Charaka Samhita, Sushruta Samhita, Ashtanga Sangraha and Ashtanga Hridaya. We read each sutra from this, understand the meaning, split every word, and then fed it into computers for creating 3 databases. One is Hetu Kosha, that is exploring the cause-effect relationship. It is in 3 volumes in 3002 pages. Then second is Lakshana Kosha, exploring the sign, symptom and disease or health. This is also in 3 volumes in 3200 pages. And Aushadha Kosha, it is the relationship of health and disease and treatment. And this is in 7 volumes pages. We also developed Ayurveda Nidana Ayurvedic diagnostic software based on this, and Ayurveda Upachara Ayurvedic treatment software based on this. This project took 19 years. The whole work is in Sanskrit, preserving the sanctity of the original work. And this is really made for Ayurvedic practitioners, and that has that's a restricted class, so to say. This is the publication of Lakshana Kosha at the hands of Murli Manohar Joshi and Shankaraju Chavan, and Dr. R. Mashelkar is also there. And B.K.S. Iyengar is also this. They were felicitated with delete and in this particular ceremony. I was felicitated at the hands of Bhairav Singh Shekhawat, President of India, with Murli Manohar Joshi and Sushma Swaraj. Then this was the release of Ayush Nidan software at the hands of Arjun Singh and Shivraj Patil, the Home Minister at that time. And this is the publication of Aushadha Kosha at the hands of Vilas Rauji Deshmukh, the then Chief Minister of Maharashtra. I was felicitated as well. So the aim and objective of this is to create healthy society and to prevent primary and secondary onset of diseases. Now on this background of COVID-19 and maybe the Hanta virus and many other viruses that are some, how to maintain our health, how to build up our immunity is a prime issue, and that should be this kind of concept. To invest in health for better future tomorrow, and I established this gadgilayurved.com. That's the website. Now there is a need of awareness. The target group which we think for this particular is from 25 to 40. When the person has recently completed his education, started earning and is getting married or already got married and may have children and then looking after the family, that is one of the important aspects over here. And the younger generation should become aware of the situation and take urgent step to save themselves and even further generation. Otherwise, it will be too late and victimization will keep on continuing. One should review all aspects of life in holistic manner at individual family level and start rectification. So our basic objective is to understand the difference between basic needs and created needs. The basic needs, food, shelter and clothing are supposed to be the basic needs, but truly speaking, health is the real basic need for Purushartha. We in India have four Purusharthas, that is what we call as Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha, have to be achieved for fulfillment of life. With good health, one can have proper education to make living, earn wealth, have pleasures of life, particularly in Grihastha, and make life meaningful. But health is being sacrificed for money now. There is a rat race, so to say, and everybody is running after money because the pleasures of life are particularly dependent on money, and that is why everybody wants to earn money. That is the situation. The situation is worsened by created needs. We just don't adhere to simple but healthy home food. On the contrary, we develop liking or even craze or addiction for outside junk fast food, spicy deep fried food, soft drinks without any restrictions of time, real hunger, etc. So these are the major culprits which lead to unhealthy lifestyle, which lead to diseases further, whether communicable or non-communicable. Addictions of tobacco, hard drinks, etc. further worsen the problem. Having affordable enough shelter is the basic need. Stretching the financial capacity to such an extent that it becomes a burden is a created need. As I said, we should look for what we can afford and then be satisfied with that. It is further enhanced by costly furniture, furnishing to maintain particular standard of living, sacrificing health. Moreover, both have to work for the repayments of the loans, sacrificing the family life. And infertility is a very common problem in IT sector because lot of stress is there. The old custom of saving money, one may start spending through credit cards for luxury items, entertainment, cosmetics, etc. Not only making financial base unstable, but also attracting health hazards unknowingly. I had one family, all the members were suffering from serious diseases, and then I asked, what is the reason? And the common reason that was found that they were doing hoteling 4 times a week. And then I asked why you are spending so much on hoteling. Then he said, I came from a very poor family and now and we want to enjoy our life, and that is why we are spending in hotels. I said, if you want to really for good reason, go to some music or something like that, music concerts, listen something, go for nature trips or something like that. That is at least not disturbing your health. This is really disturbing your health. Costly education of children, liabilities of elderly house members may further create burdensome financial demands. So a vicious circle is set. The created needs, then high standard of life, more expenses, more need for money, craving for earning money, again spending on created needs. So this is a circle that is set. We want to reverse the circle now. Earn, then fulfill basic needs only. Save, invest in health. Then through investing health, you invest in money. Then again earn money. Again go for more basic needs only. And this cycle reversed in this way. So logical cycle is investing in health, fulfilling basic needs, proper earning, fulfilling desires, satisfaction of life with enough money. Again, invest in health. So this is a logical cycle that one should. The concept is health can neither be sold nor purchased. It has to be achieved, maintained, and enhanced through proper means by an individual. So our concept is when we go to a doctor, he prescribes us some medicines and we buy them, and we feel that we are buying health either for paying the doctor or for the medicine. This is really false. The doctor can suggest to become healthy, but he really can't sell health or something like that. So health has to be achieved. You can know ways, but cannot sell health. Investing in health has multifaceted benefits in the form of strength, vigor, vitality, protecting us from diseases, and moreover making the life meaningful through achievements of four purushartha. So this dharma, artha, kama, and moksha, these are to be achieved, and that's the ultimate goal of our human life. Now the health industry is there. The pharmaceutical companies, hospital management groups, and insurance companies control the whole world of so-called health industry today. Unhealthy lifestyle is the bread and butter of these three. So if the people are suffering from diseases, then they get their revenue from these patients. Insurance companies taking advantage of fear psychosis are compelling people to go for health insurance. A large population has already been victimized, still a larger population is on the verge of getting victimized. Negligence of health as a basic need and unhealthy lifestyle is the root cause. As large population is getting affected, insurance companies have started experiencing the heat of paying compensation to many as compared to very few in past. As long as the lifestyle was in tune, there were very few incidences wherein the insurance company had to pay. But now with drastic changes in lifestyle, it is that more people are getting victimized, and so insurance company has to pay to many more people as compared to scenario. As a consequence, the insurance companies had to increase the premium, and it has gone up to 38% of the income in US. So this is just horrible. Even in a developed country like US, people find it difficult to pay such huge premium. The insurance company started alternative programs like that of Dean Ornish reversing heart disease to save money. Now this is very typical that Dean Ornish program was not supported by insurance companies, and he was charging $10,000 per year for his and other things. One insurance company thought that if we support this, then the actual expense of bypass surgery $1,50,000, and the insurance company has to pay it if the doctor advises and the patient goes for that. On the condition, says that I will go for Dean Ornish program reversing heart disease, and if it is paid by company, insurance company, then the company is saving $1,40,000. So this is how it worked, and still this is not sufficient. We need to preserve and promote health through healthy lifestyle and protect ourselves from dreaded diseases. Now, what is happening even at the age of 30, 40, there are people suffering from spondylosis and less of this vitamin D3, vitamin B12, osteoporosis, even arthritis, hypertension, heart disease, diabetes, and whatnot. So, if this is the scenario, then it is evident that we are becoming more old at very early age. So, this is early aging, and this is really very serious matter. So, what we need to do is preserve our health and promote health through healthy lifestyle. Ayurveda, with its holistic approach, has a capacity to preserve and promote health and also can make efforts to even decrease the severity of hereditary diseases like diabetes, cancer, etc. Get up early in the morning. So, how do we follow healthy lifestyle? Get up early in the morning, preferably 90 minutes before sunrise. The previous day food has to be digested, so eat early in the evening and eat small amount so that the digestion is complete by overnight. Regularly practice exercise, sports, and yoga. So both are important, exercise or sports and yoga practices. Be punctual. Eat only organic, homemade, simple food, emphasizing on desi cow milk and ghee. Now in Western countries also this A2 milk is being made available at varieties of countries, in many countries. So one should stick up to that. Emphasize on organic food only, don't bother about its price. Though it is costly, it is an investment and not an expense. So this has to be understood. If it is costly and we think that it's an expense, we should warn our mind that it is not an expense, but it is an investment, and that is going to pay you in the form of healthy long life, and that is enough for us. Remain away from addictions, have positive attitude, and try to be happy even in stressful situation. This is again very important, particularly in this COVID-19 situation. Everybody is stressed, everybody is anxious, what is going to happen to me, my family members, etc., etc. So one should have a positive attitude and should be happy even in stressful conditions and keep on finding proper ways to come out of the situation. So building immunity is the solution in this COVID-19 situation. Follow rules of good conduct, believe in God, prayers and worships. Human life is precious. Take full advantage of this life and self-upliftment and other make life meaningful. So what I feel that one should go for building immunity in this particular situation, invest in health so that we don't have to make expenses on health issues later. That is why we have brought this concept of Ayur Yoga Gurukul. We want to combine Ayurveda and Yoga together at the international level, global level, and we are propagating this concept of Ayur Yoga globally. So I hope you all understand, and it will be if you follow all these. So I thank all. We end with a prayer. सर्वे सुखिनः सन्तु सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु न कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. So thanks to all for patiently listening.